putting on quite a show against a then first place ball club, Milwaukee Brewers, sweeping them. Right now the Brewers tied with the Cardinals for first, and now the Red Sox, another first place ball club, starting a 4-game series, and Liriano delivers strike one to Ellsbury.
And this is a guy you want to keep off the bases. We showed you his hitting streak, but also a guy that has 18 stolen bases, third most in the American League. Good fastball right there, down and away.
2 quick strikes to Ellsbury. Liriano had one of those disappointing starts against the Red Sox earlier this year on April 22nd, second game of the nightcap. The rain-induced nightcap, and 3 pitches takes care of Ellsbury. A slider for strike 3, 1 away.
So many things that Liriano can do if you get strike 1, and that's the key. With the fastball, got able to get strike 1, went strike 2 on the fastball, and then the slider. And Ellsbury, a strikeout victim here. Liriano picking up his 41st strikeout in 51 innings pitched, but it's the 25 walks that have hurt him so far. So get ahead in the count early.
Pedroia takes ball 1, and his control, the major source of his undoing at Fenway Park. Liriano walked 4 and hit a man, and of those 5 free base runners, there's a liner to right, and that'll die in front of Cadillo. Of those 5 base runners who reached the 4 walks and hit batter, 4 of them scored.
Well, he left the fastball up right there. He fell behind. He came back with a fastball, and Pedroia, the MVP last year in the American League, lined it into right field. You see the numbers right there, very high, 6.04 ERA. And there's the walks, 25 and 50 and 2/3 coming into the ball game. He by far has probably the pitcher, only starter really, that really lacks control on a consistent basis.
Here's Youkilis. And a first pitch strike.
Youkilis, you can see great numbers, hitting at 383. Just activated off the disabled list on May 20th. Was put on with a left oblique strain. Missed a couple weeks.
And because of that, he's not listed among the league leaders. His 383 average would lead the league in hitting. But he's a handful of at-bats short, and this one dribbled up the line, foul, 2 strikes. Youkilis playing across the diamond at third base with Mike Lowell DHing. Typically we might see Youkilis at first base. 2 strikes to the intense Kevin Youkilis. Fastball low.
A lot of hitters do different things. You see Youkilis with that right hand as he kind of brings it up the bat. Legs very close together in the back of the batter's box, and then as that pitch is delivered home, he puts the hands together and swings it very aggressively.
Something you probably wouldn't teach, but it works for him, obviously. When you look around baseball, some of the best hitters have their own unique style, whether it's Ichiro from the left side of the plate, this guy from the right side of the plate. Little fly ball to center, and if Gomez sees it, he'll catch it. Won't it be nice next year? We won't have to say that. If somebody sees it, they'll catch it. 2 down. Jason Bay taking over in the cleanup spot for the Red Sox. He has put slam. A runner at first, 2 out. And ball 1.
Yeah, Bay second in the American League in runs driven in. Evan Longoria with 49, and then Justin with 40, so he's third.
Bay, of course, a year ago was still with the Pirates. And the runner takes off. Redmond's throw not nearly in time. Pedroia with a huge jump against Liriano, and he moves into scoring.
Yeah, again, a lot of times you'll say, well, Mike Redmond or Jose Morales, they didn't throw out a lot of runners, but look at the jump that Pedroia has right there. He went on first movement And he ends up stealing second, gets into scoring position. His 6th stolen base attempt and success attempt in 9 tries.
And now a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. I want to ask you about this, especially since we were recently in Chicago and they have a special stat, stolen bases and then stolen bases with a throw. The Chicago catcher very often doesn't even bother throwing to second base in a stolen base attempt like that. Here's a bouncer to third, foul. I'm just wondering as a pitcher whether that made any difference to you. It seems like to me many times a guy will overslide the bag or something will happen at the bag after the steal and you can still get an out. But a lot of times A.J. Pierzynski will simply hold on to the ball.
Well, I mean, how many times is a guy going to go through the bag? Not too often. So, you know, I mean, if the guy steals a base, I mean, then you hurry your throw and then you end up having that guy go to third anyway.
Down and in. Good block by Redmond, and it's 2-2.
Okay, left-handers have the advantage because the runner is right in front of them as they pick up that leg. But Pedroia going on first movement, outstanding. As a right-hander, it's a little different. You know, you look over your left shoulder, and all you try to do is make them stop if you're a right-handed pitcher. Left-hander, you can always toy with him a little bit. But Pedroia read Liriano perfect.
And another strikeout. Liriano has a good inning, gives up a hit, strands Pedroia at second in a scoreless first. Military represented there. The Menard batting order for the Twins in this series opener. Carlos Gomez back in the leadoff spot. Denard Span still not 100%. Matt Tolbert, then Justin Morneau, Jason Kubel, Michael Kadire, Brian Busher, Mike Redmond, Delman Young, and Nick Punto.
And the Schmeltz Countryside Scouting Report on Brad Penny making his 9th start of the year, his 2nd against the Twins, looking for his 5th win. He's just trying to show the Boston Red Sox that his arm is healthy again. He didn't pitch very well in April, but pitching better here in May. And a big right-hander, big solid right-hander at 6'3", about 260. Relies mainly on a good fastball.
Gomez bluffs a bunt and takes a strike. Gomez taking over the leadoff spot the last couple of days for Denard Span. I talked with Denard this morning. He just feels a little woozy, wobbly. And he related it to the symptoms that Nick Blackburn felt a couple of weeks ago during one of his starts and then afterwards. There's a high fly to right center field. Baldelli there for the catch, 1 away. EQ defense for the Red Sox, and they've got a little bit of a different look. Baldelli, Ellsbury, and Bay in the outfield. Youkilis in for Lowell at third. Lugo back in at short. Pedroia and Bailey the right side of the infield, with Veritek doing the catching. One down, and here's second baseman Matt Tolbert. About the only option that Ron Gardenhire had in putting his lineup together today was who to play at second base. Joe Crede hit by a pitch, and he'll be held out today. They hope he'll be ready to go tomorrow. Joe Mauer also hit by a pitch, but he's just being rested because he's played in 13 straight games. And then Denard Span is equilibrium, not quite 100%. And so as the lineups were being put together, Ron Gardenhire had a decision to make. Should it be Matt Tolbert or Brendan Harris? And he went with the switch hitting Tolbert. 2 strikes to Tolbert.
Penny signing as a free agent over the winter by the Boston Red Sox.
Check swing and a one hopper near Morneau.
And you've seen nothing but fastballs so far from Penny. He'll work all 4 corners, down and away to a left-hander. He has a little bit of a two-seamer, but pretty straight fastball. Fastball in the low 90s.
2 strikes. And the Twins liked those straight fastballs when he pitched against the Twins, against Liriano for that matter, in that doubleheader in Boston. They had line drives all over the place.
They ended up getting that win as the Boston Red Sox beat Liriano and the Twins 7-3. Penny pitched 6 innings. He gave up only 2 earned runs, couple walks. Excuse me, 1 walk with a couple strikeouts. He did give up 1 home run to Justin Morneau.
Twins hit line drives at infielders, outfielders. If anything, they probably hit the ball harder than the Red Sox did against Liriano, but didn't have much to show for it.
Terry Francona, the manager, his 6th season as manager of the Boston Red Sox.
2-2 to Tolbert. And a bouncer right side, fielded by Bailey. And he covers 2 away. Last night, tight ball game. Twins leading 2-1. Bauer had already homered. And then he got drilled.
Well, he got hit right here. It's a play right there. Gardy came out and argued, and you can see how mad Gardy got. And then the next pitch, Justin Morneau hit the grand slam.
And Mauer held out of today's game, not so much because of that. The wrist appears to be fine. Just needing a day.
Well, the thing that surprised me in that ball game, watching that ball game last night, is Adrian Johnson called Mauer back to the plate, and that brought out manager Ron Gardenhire. He went nuts. Mauer ended up taking first. Ken Maka came out. I'm sorry, as a manager, you got to get thrown out right there. Yeah, I mean, he did not really defend.
Ken Maka, you mean?
Ken Maka, you're right. He's got to get thrown out right there. If not, then after Morneau hit the home run when he made the pitching change, he's got to get thrown out right there. But Maka did not. And I think that's going to hurt Ken Maka and the Milwaukee Brewers in the days to come. I just don't think he defended his players right there. And Maka's a friend of mine, but I think also in Oakland he had some of the same problems with the Oakland A's.
This is after the call had been reversed.
He's coming out right here and he's just saying, why? Why did you change your mind? And right there, I think Ken Maka just should have went off on Adrian Johnson for allowing Joe Mauer to go to first base.
2-1 to Morneau. A high fly to left. Jason Bay makes the catch. And Brad Penny has a 1-2-3 first inning. Boston cap and the Twins logo on her cheek, maybe in honor of David Ortiz, who's not in the lineup today. Francisco Liriano delivers strike one to Mike Lowell. Lowell, Baldelli, and Varitek facing Liriano here in the second inning.
Good call right there by Mike Redmond to getting strike one. I saw last time Liriano way too much inside, and Redmond right there, you can see the ball in, and that's a call that he would like to get. But he also has to establish that fastball outer half of the plate. Get that little two-seam sinking fastball away. Work both sides of the plate.
There's a liner to left, and Lowell continues to be a very productive hitter for the Red Sox. He's played in every game for Boston this year except the nightcap of that doubleheader against the Twins. Today, as a designated hitter, he starts the second with a single.
Yeah, very steady player throughout his career with the Yankees, the Marlins, and now in his fourth season with the Red Sox.
That'll bring up Baldelli. Second hit for the Red Sox. They've both been singles. A belt high strike. Red Sox starting off on a 10-game road trip tonight. They go from here. They play at Toronto after having swept the Blue Jays at Fenway Park last week. Here's a drive to right, tattooed pretty well. High off the wall. Kadire plays the carom, and the throw into second base. Fielded nicely by Punto, and Baldelli bangs a double off the drape. And the Red Sox have a threat here in the second inning.
Well, Baldelli, a guy that would like to stay like Mike Lowell, very consistent and off the disabled list. He was on the disabled list again this year. He's had a history of being on the DL. Takes a fastball the other way. Kadire playing the carom and getting it back in. And Nick Punto, like you mentioned right there, nice little play on that short hop. That ball gets by him. Lowe probably scores. For Baldelli, his first double of the year.
Jason Varitek, the hitter. The Twins will play the infield back, of course. Just the second inning here. Varitek having a nice bounce back season, particularly from the right side of the plate. And he takes strike one. Overall, Varitek hitting .248, but the power is back. He's delivered 8 home runs for the Red Sox, and 5 of them from the right side of the plate in 26 at bats. Foul back 0-2, and Liriano, who got a couple of strikeouts in the first, could use one here.
Well, he had a frustrating year last year. Not, I mean, he's a good handler of a pitching staff, but he hit only .220 last year, the lowest that he's ever hit at the major league level.
2 strikes and a big strikeout for Varitek. Just his 3rd strikeout from the right side of the plate in 27 at bats.
Well, good hard breaking ball down and in with that slider, and Liriano picking up that big strikeout. Now 1 out, runner still at second and third.
And Jeff Bailey, the hitter. When Liriano lost to the Red Sox earlier this year, it was Bailey who crashed a 3-run home run over the monster in left. And that gave the Red Sox the early lead, and they kept adding on some runs and ended up knocking out Liriano early. And Bailey swings over a breaking pitch for strike one. Down and in, and it's 1-1.
Bailey, not a lot of major league experience. Came up with Boston for 3 games in 2007, 27 games last year, making the club out of spring training.
1-1 to the Red Sox first baseman. And now 1-2, and Liriano and Redmond might have gotten crossed up on that pitch. Redmond kind of flinched when he caught that called strike.
Well, Redmond always has the habit of dropping his head a little bit when he's about ready to catch the ball. Take a look at the pitch right here. It's a fastball.
Red Sox 4th in the American League with men in scoring position. Of course, last year the Twins far and away were the best in baseball in that category. 1-2 to Bailey. Got him! And Liriano, more and more it seems, Bert, when he's in a strikeout frame of mind, is able to get that slider in a swinging strike.
Well, again, the key is getting strike one so you can utilize that hard breaking ball that just goes down and into those right-handers. You can see how it kind of locks up those right-handers. It did to Varitek, and it did right there to Bailey.
And now Lugo back in the lineup for the Red Sox after missing a couple of games. Had knee surgery in late March. Inside a ball.
And that's a good pitch right there. Make the hitters move their feet once in a while.
First time through the order, 6 first pitch strikes for Liriano. Lugo with a 1-0 count. Liriano trying to pitch around a leadoff single and follow up double. A pair of strikeouts, now the number 9 hitter. Boy, these swings and misses have got to do a world of good for Liriano's confidence, who a few years ago before the surgery would throw that pitch and no one was able to make contact with it. 1-1. Down the right field line, a foul, 1-2.
Well, the key to Liriano is to keep that right shoulder in, and so far here this afternoon he's done a good job of that. He has a tendency sometimes to fly open, and that's where the erraticness of the fastball comes. But right now, keeping that shoulder in and really working down in the strike zone.
See if he gives that Lugo that slider that's been just about untouchable. Got him looking! Liriano strikes out the side after the single and double open the inning. Minnesota Twins baseball on My 29 is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Visit progressive.com today.
There you go. Yes, Jason Kubel, happy 27th birthday today.
And happy for Jason that he's able to rejoin the lineup after missing some time with some swelling in his knee. And he takes up and away ball 1. Kubel fouled the ball off the knee. Reported that his knee is feeling better today. Good enough for him to be in the lineup. And there's a curve over for a strike, 1-1. Kubel, Kadire, and Busher facing Penny here in the second. Fouled back, and it's 1-2.
Kubo with that .336 batting average, 8th in the American League in hitting.
Justin Morneau 6th. And Jason Bartlett leading the American League in hitting right now. Victor Martinez has hit a little bit of a 3-game skid, so it's the former Twin leading the league in hitting. 1-2. Checked his swing. 2-2. Umpires wearing special caps on this Memorial Day. Players for both teams wearing special red caps. 2-2 to the leadoff man here in the second. Breaking ball lashed foul. Twins with a 6-game home winning streak, and impressively, those 6 wins have come against teams in first place at the time the Twins beat them. Twins in the last homestand finished the homestand with a 3-game sweep of the first place Tigers. And then the Brewers came in here as a first place ball club, and the Twins took 3 from them. There's a drive to left, and Bay is there for the catch. And now the Red Sox, in first place for the first time this year, take on the Twins for the balance of this homestand. For more on group tickets, here's one of the Twins' hottest hitters, Michael Kadire.
One of the best things about Twins baseball is sharing it with others, like with your customers, employees, or colleagues at work. Call us today to book your group at the Dome. Thanks for your support.
And Kadire drives it to left. There goes another one. Halfway off the seats and left. Kadire's 8th. And the Twins are on the board.
First time that Penny started to hit her off with a curveball, and boy, did he hang it for Michael Kadire. Kadire has been on fire. And some of the home runs we've seen off the bat of Kadire have just been blasts. Keeping those hands back nicely and driving that ball deep into the left field stands.
Fastball down and away to Busher. Busher in at third base for Joe Creedy, who yesterday hit a long home run to left. And then was later hit by a pitch. Creedy told me this morning that his wrist area is fine. I asked about x-rays. He said, no, it's fine. It's just going to be a day-to-day type thing, and the hope is he'll be able to rejoin the lineup again tomorrow night. Not that it's a blessing in disguise, but given Creedy's history and history with the Twins, a day game after a night game might be a little bit too much to ask for him given the condition of his back. So he will sit today and hopefully rejoin the lineup tomorrow night. And Busher swings and misses. 2-2. Kadire putting the Twins up 1-0 with another home run. All 6 runs in last night's win scored on Twins home runs. And Busher strikes out for out number 2.
Yeah, Penny picks up his first strikeout. Joe Creedy last night hitting his 8th home run. That coming in the 4th inning off of Dave Bush, the starter for the Brewers.
Oh, goodness. That was about 10 rows from the back.
And you see, I mean, he didn't hit him on purpose right there. That two-seamer just ran in on him and got him on that right hand.
Here's Redmond getting a chance to start. And a fastball inside a ball.
These two guys were battery mates when they were in Florida together with the Florida Marlins.
Fouled back, and it's 1-1. The Twins have 3 players who have yet to homer. Redmond, Punto, and Gomez. And all three are in the lineup today. The home run by Cuddyer, the 52nd hit by the Twins. They've given up 59, but that margin is quickly disappearing. 1-2. Great chance for the Twins in this series as they are playing a very good Boston team. The two teams ahead of them in the central standings, the Tigers and Royals, are playing each other. Obviously somebody's going to lose that Detroit-Kansas City game today and beyond. So as long as the Twins keep winning in this series, they'll pick up a game on somebody.
Yeah, right now the Tigers up 2-0 in the bottom of the second in Kansas City.
Curve, and Redmond taps it towards the hole. Lugo picks it up and fires, and Redmond is retired. But Michael Cuddyer hits his 8th home run of the year, a long blast to left, and the Twins take the first lead of the game. Long one off the bat of Michael Cuddyer, and it's 1-0 Minnesota.
That's the first home run that Brad Penny's given up in 5 starts, and Michael Cuddyer got a good breaking ball right there and hit it a long way.
And what do you make of this power surge by the Twins? It coincided, or did it coincide with the return of Joe Mauer to the lineup?
Yeah, it may have. I mean, Mauer has 10 home runs, and Cuddyer swinging a bat good. Joe Crede is swinging a bat good, and they're both really home run type hitters. And of course, Justin Morneau.
Here's Ellsbury, struck out his first time up. A check swing here, and it's 1-1. Last night again, the Twins scoring all their runs on home runs, and while that's happened in the past, it didn't very often end up with the Twins winning. They manufactured runs, and now they're quickly becoming, at least in the month of May, one of the most power-laden lineups in the game. 1-2 to Ellsbury.
Well, they both came in, Boston and the Twins, with 51 home runs. And if you can compete against the Boston Red Sox in home runs, that's pretty good.
And Liriano took a mad stab at it, and Ellsbury's speed beats out an infield hit. Liriano a little off balance, and he just kind of waved the glove at it as it went by, and Ellsbury extends his hitting streak to 20 games.
Oh, Francisco Liriano's delivery always makes him fall toward third base, and Ellsbury on this breaking ball right back up, and Liriano trying to do one behind his back a la Frank Viola right there. But Nick Punto makes the only play he can have, but Ellsbury, as you mentioned, his speed too quick.
Pedroia with a single his first time up. Ellsbury also with threat to steal. Pedroia stole on Liriano in the first inning, and Pedroia takes down an in ball one.
Ellsbury again, 18 stolen bases. Carl Crawford leading the American League with 29 stolen bases.
And it's not just the number of steals, but the Red Sox perennially have had a very good stolen base percentage as a team.
Yeah, Crawford leading with 28 stolen bases. Then Sean Figgins of the Angels, he has 19, and Ellsbury with the 18.
2-0 to Pedroia. Red Sox have 4 hits, and they misfired after a leadoff single and follow-up double in the second inning. Tampa Bay the leader with Crawford leading the way, Figgins leading the way for the Angels. Now they've got him picked off. Throw to second in time to get him. So Liriano on the third try to first is able to pick off Ellsbury, who apparently went off on first movement again.
Well, we saw Pedroia go on first movement in the first inning, and he stole a base right here. A couple throwovers. And then Ellsbury, thinking he had him figured out, he did not. And a quick 1-3-6 put out of Ellsbury trying to steal second.
There's Pedroia taking a strike, and it's 2-1. Is it just me, or is that a more common ploy by base stealers, going on first movement? I don't remember. There's a drive to left, and that'll fall in front of the left fielder Young, a base hit. For instance, would Maury Wills or Lou Brock, would they have gone on first movement, or did they study the pitcher and become great stealers by knowing when the pitcher was going to deliver to home plate?
I think they studied the pitchers, as Ellsbury did right there. He had a couple of throwovers, and then you can see him a little upset at himself. You know, maybe Liriano did something a little different on that third throw over than he did the first two.
Well, for the second inning in a row, the Red Sox open the inning with a pair of hits. Youkilis takes low, ball 1. Youkilis hit a fly ball to center his first time up. So the Red Sox have 5 hits, but Liriano hasn't hit anybody or walked anybody. And now Pedroia, going in first movement, had the base stolen as Liriano delivered to the plate.
Yeah, another great jump off of Liriano. And if you're a Twins fan, thank goodness that Youkilis fouled it off. Redmond's going to go out and talk to him. Hey, I'd like to say get well soon to Joe Clotterer. Joe is in the hospital. That's Paul Sampson's mother-in-law. So Joe, I know you're watching the ball game. Get well soon. Had a great day yesterday at Canterbury Park. Took my daughter and son-in-law, and little Megan went out there and watched the horses run.
Did you wager at all?
A little bit. I wagered for John Gordon. He wanted me to bet something for him, and he gave me $20, and I brought $6 back.
Good for
so
you.
It's a good investment for him.
Good for you. Those hot dogs must have tasted good, huh?
The horse ran third.
Oh, yeah? 2-1 to Youkilis.
But the Sampsons do a great job out there. We had a great day, and thank you very much for your hospitality out at Canterbury. Paul Allen, had a chance to listen to him, go up and listen to him announce a race. Boy, he's good.
He's
you
very
been out
good.
there?
I used to go out there more often than I have in the last couple of years. I intend on going out there this year. That's a job I don't know how you can call a horse race.
He asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said no. No, I'm not even coming close.
Sharply hit.
Wow.
Ooh, a wicked shot through Busher. Picked off in the corner by Young, and he's going to throw it to third. And Youkilis has a double that nearly took the lips off Brian Busher.
Well, they always say get your face in front of it, and that's what Busher wanted to do. But this ball, like you mentioned, took a vicious hop. Well, he thought he had it. Now Youkilis hitting a tar out of this ball. And that one little short hop right here just ate up Busher. Right there, you see it maybe hitting the seam and getting right through him over Busher's glove in the left field.
I think you're right. I think that hit the edge of the rug, and Busher's lucky to be able to talk about that play after the game. Now ball 1 to Bay, who was struck out in the first inning. Liriano, in the first 2 innings of the 6 outs, 5 of them were on strikeouts.
Yeah, he needs one right here.
And now it's 2-0. Is yet to retire a batter here in this 3rd inning. Ellsbury singled and was thrown out trying to steal. Pedroia and Youkilis have followed with hits. Three and 0. First base, of course, open. Lowell, though, on deck, a very dangerous hitter.
Well, Bay, I'm sure if it's a pitch that he likes right here, he'll have the green light. And he did, and he swung through a fastball out over the plate.
Bay second in the league in walks. 34 to Marco Scudero's 36.
You know what I like about Liriano right now, I mean, he's attacking the strike zone. He's going right after him.
That's through Busher and down the line. It'll score 2 more. So Bay whistling one right down the line. Busher tried to backhand it, and it skipped by him for a 2-run double.
Yeah, back-to-back doubles for the Boston Red Sox. 4 straight hits have produced a couple runs. Bay driving in his 46th and 47th run of the year. And Busher trying to get over there. The ball scoots by him into the corner. Delvin Young has to get it back in, but 2-run score.
So first time through the order, the Red Sox get 3 hits, but strike out 5 times. And now here in the 3rd inning, plenty of solid contact and 4 straight hits.
I wonder if Anderson's going out and just saying, hey, let's mix in that changeup once in a while, because it's all been that hard fastball. It's been the hard slider that produced the 5 strikeouts the first 2 innings, but now Boston's just looking maybe on something just hard. And they've been very fortunate so far, being able to get 4 straight hits.
Lowell singled to start the 2nd inning. Pulling a line drive to left field. And now the runner to third. Redmond's throw. Not in time, so the Red Sox stealing bases with Bay swiping third.
Well, if you don't pay any attention to the guy at second, he's going to go ahead and try to steal. And this is a play right here with 1 out. Bay he knows he has to get there. You do not want to make an out at third. And Bay slides in safely for his 5th stolen base.
Infield in, and the 1-strike pitch. Up and in, 1-1. So the only out recorded was with the Red Sox stolen base attempt, and Bay scampered to third on the first pitch to Lowell. Just off the inside corner, a very close pitch.
Yeah, Liriano kind of looked in at Redmond like, you know, where was that one?
Three and 1. Liriano fell behind Bay and ended up giving up the double down the line, and now he falls behind Lowell. And a solid single to left, and it's 3-1 Boston.
Boy, they're beating up Brian Busher over at third. Busher having to go to his right. That one there trying to go to his left.
5 straight hits for the Red Sox, and with the exception perhaps of the infield hit that started this all, they've all been line drives.
Yeah, I mean, they're hitting the ball hard off of Liriano right there and keeping Brian Busher busy. RBI single for Lowell. He picks up his 33rd RBI.
Baldelli doubled high off the wall and right his first time up, and Liriano works him for a strike on the inside corner. Might have been the changeup there, huh? Over for a called strike. 2 strikes now to Baldelli. One and 2. Red Sox have made 1 out on a batted ball. And this is their 15th plate appearance. Youkilis hit a fly ball to Gomez. That's the only ball put in play that has been an out. And now a strikeout, number 6 already for Liriano.
Well, he went away. You know, in his last start in Chicago, he had 3 shutout innings. And then Chicago kind of opened up a little bit because everything was in. See that 2-seamer right there? That's the pitch that Liriano, I think, needs to throw more of, because he throws that slider in, he throws the fastball in, and the second time around, guys start to open up a little bit and start looking for that ball in.
27th pitch of the inning for Liriano. And it's drilled to center. Gomez back at the wall. Makes the catch. He went back for his cap, but he made the catch 408 feet from home plate. Carlos Gomez with an inning-ending catch on a very well-hit ball to center. Against Francisco Liriano, and now a 3-1 lead with Delman Young leading off the 3rd. Brad Penny's given up just 1 hit, but it was a long home run off the bat of Michael Kadire. Carlos Gomez will hit 3rd. How many times do you see it? A guy ends an inning with a great catch and hits 3rd the next inning.
Yeah, good concentration right there by Gomez, getting back to the wall and making a very nice catch.
Young, Punto, and Gomez, the scheduled hitters for the Twins, all 3 are threats to steal. We've seen the Red Sox run against Liriano here this afternoon. Teams, at least the Devil Rays, have run on Brad Penny. Penny pitched a game against Tampa Bay, and the Rays stole 8 bases against him. Carl Crawford stole 6 in that game against the Red Sox starter.
Penny's fault for letting him get on.
So that's the key.
If you get them out, they can't steal first if you can get them out at home plate.
The next 4 batters, Young, Punto, Gomez, and Tolbert, all capable of stealing a base. 1 and 2 now to Delman Young.
And we want to welcome Delman Young back.
2 and 2 after missing some time with the grave illness and then the later passing of his mother. 2 and 2. Swing and a miss, and Young has gone on strikes.
And Penny picks up his second strikeout.
DQ presents the Twins and Red Sox in this 4-game series at the Dome. Good seats still available for the next 3 games. A night game Tuesday, a night game Wednesday, a day game Thursday. It's Boston's only visit to the Dome this year, and you can purchase tickets for every game this week at twinsbaseball.com or call 800-33-TWINS. Visiting with Terry Francona before the game today, and he was bemoaning the fact that the Twins and Red Sox are done seeing each other after this series. Lobbying, as I think you have, for an adjustment in the interleague schedule, whatever it would take, so that you're not done seeing a team in the first 2 months of the season. Here's Punto. A ball, now a strike.
Oh, these two clubs both train in Fort Myers, Florida, so they see a lot of each other in spring training, but those are exhibition games. You know, in Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees, two clubs that are great draws here in Minnesota, only come in one time.
Bouncer to the right side. Pedroia to Bailey, 2 down. And that'll bring up Carlos Gomez, who ended the top of this inning with a nice catch against the center field fence.
Well, Twins have been lucky to have some great center fielders here, starting with Kirby Puckett and, of course, Torrey Hunter. And right there, kind of leaping right at the last second. And see the hat flying off, but making a nice catch was Carlos Gomez.
Gomez, it's kind of hard to see with the batting helmet on. 2 outs here in the 3rd. And strike 1. Gomez already battered and beaten as he was walking into the ballpark today. He was going through a revolving door, and person coming in behind him got into the revolving door with him, and it stopped, and his face smashed against the glass, and he showed up in the clubhouse with a cut over his left eyebrow that required a couple of stitches this morning.
I do that all the time leaving the stadium here. I've never been able to do what somebody did to Gomez. Very nice.
2 strikes. And the pitch up high. Now, since it happened at the Metrodome, that technically would be a dome injury, right? Just a different type of one. And one that I imagine we won't see repeated in the new ballpark. I don't know that they're going to have revolving doors in the new ballpark. Swing and a miss. Gomez strikes out. Penny has a quick 1-2-3, bottom of the 3rd. Minnesota Twins baseball on My 29 is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. Jeff Bailey skies the first pitch to left field. Delman Young over. Gomez over. Young found it. He'll catch it. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That's what Liriano needs right there. You know what? You want to stay away from the big inning. It was that 7-run inning last time against the White Sox that hurt Liriano. And here, so far, 3 runs in the 3rd inning. So Liriano needs those 1-pitch outs. Too many pitches in that 3rd inning. 28 total.
Julio Lugo called out on strikes with 2 runners on in scoring position in the 2nd. Liriano did a great job pitching out of trouble in the 2nd, but then ran into immediate trouble in the 3rd when the Red Sox got their 3 runs. 1 strike to Lugo, who's been in and out of the lineup. Red Sox are hoping to get Jen Lowry back to at least be in the shortstop mix for them in probably 3 weeks or so. Pounded foul, and it's 2 strikes now.
Well, Lugo in his 3rd season with the Boston Red Sox. He came up with the Houston Astros, spent some time in Tampa Bay and then the Dodgers. A career .271 hitter coming into this year.
There's technically Aberdeen, South Dakota native Terry Francona. Talked with Terry before the game today about how much time he spent in South Dakota, and he said actually not much. His father Tito was playing professional baseball in Aberdeen when he was born. His uncle was managing the team, and his mother was from that area, but he didn't really spend a whole lot of time there. 1-2 to Julio Lugo. Says he wants to go back sometime to the Aberdeen area and try to track down any shirt-tail relatives that might still be in the area. Just outside, 2-2. Well, Liriano trying to follow what Blackburn, Baker, Swarzak. Number up the line, foul. Slowly, what they've all done here, and that's helped build this 4-game winning streak with a solid start. That's exactly what Rick Anderson wants to see, the starting rotation consistently, turn after turn, give the Twins a good chance to win a ball game. And Lugo, a tough out here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, Lugo took a called 3rd strike on that slider inside right there. He says, I'm not going to take it again. I'm going to keep swinging. That was a slider inside.
And he swung over the top of it. Out number 2.
And strikeout number 7 for Liriano. A season high 9 strikeouts for Liriano. That came against the Tigers in Detroit back in early May.
Arby's trivia question: who holds the Red Sox record for longest hitting streak?
You have to think maybe Wade Boggs.
I'm just going to pull a name out of my back pocket. Dom DiMaggio. He was a great outfielder for the Red Sox, and of course his brother Joe holds the all-time record, so I'll just say Dom DiMaggio. Half swing. I think he went.
Yes, he went.
2 strikes.
Yeah, that 2-seamer down and in.
Liriano trying to finish off his first 1-2-3 inning. And a tapper foul. Seven strikeouts, and in contrast to his earlier game against the Red Sox, no walks, no hit batters. One and two. Tough pitch to fight off, and Ellsbury got a piece of it.
Man, they got a piece of Mike Redmond right there too. Ellsbury, 25 years old, led the American League with 50 stolen bases last year. Take a look at that pitch right there. Ouch. Off the glove hand of Redmond.
And now inside, 2-2. Red Sox, like the Twins, tough to beat at home. Boston 17-6 at Fenway Park. But like the Twins, the Red Sox have struggled on the road. They're just 9-12. And another hit for Ellsbury. Great at bat. And Ellsbury's aboard with a 2-out single. And that'll bring up Pedroia.
Oh, good hitting right here. Good pitch down and away. Remember, he struck out on that slider in his first at bat, but just dropping a barrel of a bat, lining it right back up the middle. Ellsbury caught stealing in the third inning.
Strike on the outside corner. Red Sox stole a base in the first, stole 2 bases in the third, but also, one base in the third, and then had another base stealing attempt by Ellsbury thwarted in the third inning. 0-2 now to Pedroia.
Remember when in Chicago we talked about John Danks, how quick he was home with that slide step, and that last pitch right there by Liriano, I mean, he just basically picked up his right foot and just went home. To me, as a left-hander, if you don't go up towards your belt with that knee like that, and you can utilize that slide step, it's going to be hard, I think, for somebody to steal off of you.
See, Pedroia has stepped things up in May after an okay April. 1-2.
Yeah, Pedroia, a good little hitter, and I say little. They have him listed at 5'9", but he's more 5'7", 5'8" area.
Of course, he beat out Justin Morneau for the league MVP last year. Principally, I would suspect because the Red Sox made the playoffs and the Twins didn't. And Pedroia finished strongly, and Morneau did not. And he could hit. That's right. His third hit this afternoon. 3 singles for Pedroia. And the Red Sox are putting together a threat with 2 outs in the 4th.
Well, just hooking that ball at first at bat, lined it to right field for a base hit. And he hooked one in front of Delman Young for his second hit in the third. And right there, not a bad pitch, just hooked that ball on the ground between third and short.
Here's Youkilis, already 10 hits with 11 outs recorded, but remember the 1 pickoff. So Liriano has retired 10 batters and given up 10 hits. A little bit low, ball 1. So the Red Sox hitting .500 against Liriano here this afternoon.
It's a big out right here. You don't want the Red Sox to put any more crooked numbers on the board. And they're
walloped into the corner. It'll score at least 1. Pedroia racing to third. He's going to be waved around. And the throw cut off by Morneau. It's a 2-run double for Youkilis and a 5-1 Boston lead. And in each case, it looked like Youkilis was just waiting for a pitch to hammer it into the left field corner.
We can hear a lot of the Boston Red Sox fans here as Youkilis getting on top of this high fastball and hooking it down that line. Ellsbury, of course, he scores, but Pedroia with his speed scores all the way from first base. Youkilis with his second straight double, now with 13 on the year, and now with 28 RBIs.
Rick Anderson to the mound with R.A. Dickey warming up. Look at this, first time through the order, the Red Sox. Well, this is all year long, just 129, but the numbers rapidly inflating the second and third time through the order.
Well, there's a couple keys right there. Fastball, control of the fastball. He's fallen behind. He fell behind a lot of hitters in the third inning. Right here, just got the ball up to Youkilis. Everything pretty much the same speed. Fastball, changeup. It's not about the slider because that's his strikeout pitch. It's about control of the fastball and then changing speeds with off that fastball. Everything has been hard, hard, hard.
R.A. Dickey warming up The one break the Twins get in this series, they will not face Dickey's counterpart. Tim Wakefield pitched yesterday for the Red Sox. The one guy who seems to have given the Twins the most fits over the years will not pitch in this 4-game series. A high pop-up straight up in the air. And it's Tolbert making the grab. And the inning is over with. But 3 straight 2-out hits and 2 more Boston runs.
Well, good job by Anderson.
Cordova, California, wondering what Jim Cott's up to these days.
Well, I talked to Kitty Cott while he was doing some announcing during the WBC, and now he's still doing some part-time announcing for the Major League Baseball Network, and he wants to get back into it, but at his own pace. Jimmy's a good man.
As is his right. He's just a great guy, of course, a great twin, but
Kitty, 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 kitty.
you know, one thing that we have not talked about this year with Tolbert leading off the 4th, taking a strike. Check swing. There's an award that's given to broadcasters called the Ford Frick Award. Herb Carneal won it a few years ago. And basically, it's the Hall of Fame for announcers. And an interesting thing happened during this offseason. 1-1 to Tolbert. And a liner to center, and he gets a base hit in front of Morneau. Interesting thing happened this offseason. For the first time, a former player who was an analyst is going to be the recipient of the award. Tony Kubek is going to be the winner of the award, or the recipient of the award this year at the Hall of Fame induction. And of course, Jim, in my book, has Hall of Fame credentials as a player. But even as a broadcaster, he's been at it long enough. Did the Twins games, Yankee games, some network stuff. You wonder if down the road he might not win the Ford Frick Award as well.
Well, to me, he should be in the Hall of Fame already.
High fly on the first pitch to right field. Baldelli coming in. And Morneau on the first pitch is retired, 1 away. So a big out for Penny, who saw Tolbert deliver a leadoff single, and that'll bring up Kubel.
Well, to me, Jim Cott should already be in the Hall of Fame. 284 wins, 16 Rolling Gold Gloves. A guy that was a competitor throughout his career. And he and Tommy John, along with myself, I think we should all be there, but he is not. And if Kitty has to go in as a broadcaster, he should be in there somehow, but he should be in there as a player first, and then a broadcaster second.
Here's Kubel. Yeah. Jim Cott, 283 wins.
284.
You had 287. And Tommy John had 288. And
283, huh? He picked up one more then. I know Jimmy somewhere along the line picked up that other win. I'm going to look it up.
1 strike to Kubel.
I don't trust you guys.
But all 3 of them should be in the Hall of Fame, and all 3 of them sat in that chair. Jim Cott broadcast games for the Twins for many years. Tommy John did for a couple of years, and now you're there.
Just a bad chair. Can't get in.
Two strikes to Kubel.
Harmon Killebrew got in. He was sitting here.
That's right. One and two. Kubel with a fly to left his first time up. Penny, one of those pitchers that gives up a lot of fly balls. In his last start, Jacoby Ellsbury himself caught 12 fly balls, tying a club record. Tolbert off with the pitch, and the pitch hit on the ground for a ball, or for a strike. 1 and 2.
Jim Cott won 283 ball games. I'm sorry, I was giving you too much credit, Jimmy. 237 losses, 4,530 innings pitched. Career ERA at 3.45. Also had 18 saves.
How many home runs did he hit?
It doesn't have that, only pitching.
1 and 2 to Kubel. Twins trying to answer a couple of runs for the Red Sox in the top of this 4th inning.
Almost 2,500 strikeouts.
And that's lifted foul and out of play.
You know, I get a kick out of some of these writers that vote. They say, well, he played too long. Well, some of these writers write too long.
And vote too long.
Amen.
So many of the ballot holders have long since been regular reporters of baseball games. We're told they got in the truck. Jim Cott hit 16 home runs.
You know, not to take away anything from some of these writers that vote, because I know, 99% of them take it with a lot of pride. But when Jim Deshaies was put on the ballot the first time around, and, he had a mediocre career. I'm sorry, he did. Does he deserve a vote for the Hall of Fame? And a Houston writer voted for him. But to me, that Houston writer should not have the right to vote anymore, because Jim Deshaies, yeah, he had a nice career, but he was not a Hall of Fame career. Why would he vote for him? And he's still voting. I think it's a bunch of crap myself.
Jim Deshaies went public. He said he just wanted one Hall of Fame vote, and he got a Houston writer to do it. I've been reading an article on Tom Seaver, who went in with the highest percentage in the first ballot years ago. 1 and 2 here to Kubel, and a bouncer foul. Tom Seaver, a 300-game winner, and the figurehead of some great Met pitching staffs, and case could be made one of the, if not the dominant pitcher of his era. He got 98.9% of the vote. I think there were 3 guys who didn't vote for him, and I'll turn your argument around the other way. Anybody who didn't vote for Tom Seaver should have their voting rights taken away.
What about Cal Ripken? How could he not get 100% of the votes? Why
2 and 2
does it take
to
Jim Rice 15 years to get in? He didn't hit any more home runs. Now, I don't understand these writers. I never did like them, and there's another reason why.
2 and 2. Kubel having a great at bat here against Penny.
I've said out before, I'd like to face some of those writers, even at 58 years old, that never voted for me. Put a bat in their hand. They don't have to go there with a bat, actually.
Not sure what good it would do them.
No.
2 and 2 to Kubel. And Tolbert. Jim Cott getting back to the original question, touring around the country, playing some golf. He had a motorhome, right? And he was doing some touring of the country and playing some of the great golf courses in our country.
Yeah, he lives down in Florida. Good man.
This is a great battle here between Kubel and Penny.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. All right, Jason Kubel, 27th birthday. Let's go. Get yourself a hit on your birthday.
Twins have some making up to do. That has not been the case in this 4-game winning streak. Full count. Tolbert goes. Swing and a miss. Varitek's throw not nearly in time. So a long at bat. Kubel frustrated that Penny won the battle 2 away.
Well, Penny will win with a high fastball right there. Tolbert running on 3-2. He steals his second base of the year. And Penny picking up strikeout number 4 so far this afternoon. Good fastball, outer half of the plate. Tolbert getting a good jump, diving in head first. And he gets into scoring position.
Here's Kadire, who cranked a long home run his first time up to give the Twins a brief 1-0 lead.
Yeah, see if he starts them off with that hanging breaking ball again.
The Twins trying to get one back anyway here in the 4th inning. The Red Sox got a couple with 3 straight 2-out hits. And the Twins need one from Kadire here to keep the inning going. And a first pitch strike with a fastball.
One thing about Kadire's home runs, he has 8 home runs now. 4 have been solo. 3 have been 3-run home runs. That's what you like to see. Did a 3-run home run here on Friday night against Manny Parra. And the Twins win over the Brewers. And Penny wanting to make sure what sign they're using right there with a runner at second. First sign after 2. Let's go.
It's nice to see that at least Penny is not covering his mouth with his glove as they have a chat out there on the mound. How many times you'll see with just about every game being televised, players talking into their gloves so no one can read their lips. I want to know what they're saying.
Maybe they just have bad breath.
Good month of May for Kadire and a lot of the Twins hitters. There's a breaking ball wide, 1-1.
And he made sure that one was away too.
Pitch up, a fastball, and he fouled it to the screen.
He was right on it. You can always tell as a pitcher when that hitter's right on it where the ball ends up. And that went right over the head of Varitek. Kadire just getting underneath that high fastball.
Might go with a lot of pine tar on that bat.
Again, Penny not sure of the sign that Varitek is putting down. See Varitek with a tape around his fingers so you could see sometimes the shadows.
Got him with a fastball away, and the Twins strand Tolbert at second. Out of the 5th with the Red Sox up by 4.
are hereby circled. Welcome to the game.
Red Sox fan and a Twins fan. We're at the Metrodome for the first of 4 games the Twins lost to in Boston. Now they'll try to answer against the Red Sox in this 4-game series. Dick and Bert with you from the Dome.
The Twins have always played better here against the Boston Red Sox than in Boston. 24 meetings since Ron Gardenhire has been manager in the games in Boston. Twins have only won 9, where they've won 12 of the 22 here. At the Metrodome, R.A. Dickey replacing Francisco Liriano, making his 12th appearance. He did start for Scott Baker earlier this year, and all the other 10 appearances have been in relief, and he's coming off a great relief outing in his last start against the Yankees. That's the last time he pitched, on the 18th. 4 1/3 shutout innings.
And it dropped his ERA down to a very good 3.63. Knuckler low, one sailing up and in, and it's 2-0. Lowell, Baldelli, Veritek, 2 righties and a switch hitter. And now even the fastball misses. It's 3-0.
Sometimes the hardest part when you're a long man like R.A. Dickey is actually getting out there. We mentioned the Twins starting staff has been pitching better. They're getting later in the ball game, so not a lot of opportunity for R.A. Dickey to get some innings in.
3-1. Ooh, sharp single to center. 3rd hit of the afternoon for Lowell. So Dickey unable to get the knuckleball over early in the count and was left to his fastball, and Lowell timed a couple and then whistled one up the middle. From little leaguer to high schooler, if you want to get your kid ahead of the game, you can sign up for a summer youth training camp. Quality major league instruction at a reasonable price. The first camps are coming up in June in the Twin Cities and Fargo. Rod Carew, I know, a part of the training camps. Visit twinsbaseball.com and click on the community button to get all the information.
What a great opportunity to get lessons from Rod Carew.
Here's Baldelli, a double in the 2nd off the fence in right, and then he went down swinging in the 3rd. And another couple of knucklers that miss. It's 2-0. Fastball skied to center field. Gomez coming in, making the catch, 1 away. Well, Dickey certainly doesn't want to put himself in situations where he has to rely on his fastball, so we'll see how he fares here now with Veritek, a switch hitter who will do what a lot of switch hitters do against knucklers. He'll hit from his preferred side, the right side, even though Dickey is a right-hander. Veritek, as we described earlier, really doing much better from the right side of the plate. Coming into the game at 346 as a left-handed hitter, just 221. There's a first pitch fastball for a strike.
And we've seen that from R.A. Dickey. You know, he will throw that fastball. He'll throw that slider. It's not 90% knuckleballs. He may throw one right here. You see how hard that knuckleball is. Almost looks like a slider.
When I asked him about that, and I did an interview with him when we were in Chicago, and he said he throws it hard because he still has the arm strength to do that. He says one of the reasons Phil Niekro and Tim Wakefield throw it slower is a fly to right. Looks harmless enough toward Kadire. And that's out number 2. Maybe an arm injury, maybe advanced years, or simply not throwing the fastball much. Dickey immediately making the conversion from a fastball pitcher or conventional pitcher to knuckleball, but he still has the arm strength to push it up there pretty fast.
Yeah, a guy that started with the Texas Rangers. Number 1 pick, R.A. Dickey, was by the Rangers back in 1996, basically as a fastball, slider, curveball type pitcher. And then he converted into a knuckleballer back in 2005.
And now a knuckler sailing inside, and Jerry Lane talking with Bailey for a while before sending him to first base.
Well, that knuckleball, it just kind of sails inside, and Bailey kind of stood there for a while. If anything, it just got part of his sleeve.
sure that wasn't the conversation, but if Lane had said, hey, did that hit you? Bailey might have been within his rights to say, I don't know, didn't feel anything. Here's Lugo with 2 on and 2 out. Lugo has struck out twice. Ball 1. Dickey fell behind Lowell and gave up a line drive single, a couple of fly balls, and a hit batter. At the knees, 1-1. Dickey says he can throw his knuckleball anywhere from the upper 60s to the low 80s. Redmond can't catch it. The lead runner will advance. Lowell goes to third. 2-1.
Always tough as a catcher to get past balls like that because, you know, I mean, it's in your glove for a second. You're trying to grab it like Redmond's trying to do right there, and the ball just kind of moved at the last second, hit the heel of his glove.
Now it's really a stressful situation with a runner moving up now to be at third base. 2-1 the count. I thought Joe Mauer had a very succinct answer when I asked him about which was tougher, hitting the knuckleball or catching the knuckleball, and he said catching is a lot tougher. If you try to hit it and miss, you still got 2 strikes. You miss catching it, you're in trouble with men on base. Tapper foul.
Well, that darn knuckleball, I mean, it'll go in on a rider, it'll sail away. I know Joe Niekro talking to him when he pitched with us in '87. You know, he could hold it a certain way and it would move in, and hold it another way with his knuckles, and it would go away from a right-hander into a right-hander. Of course, the catchers use a bigger glove.
Bouncer to third. Busher gets the second up, goes the short way, and they get the force at second. And a much needed scoreless top of the 5th. R.A. Dickey gets the job done. With just 1 run on the board so far. Go back to our Arby's trivia question. The Red Sox record for longest hitting streak. Ellsbury extending his to 20. I said Dom DiMaggio.
I don't know where you came up with that, but
how about that? I was right.
It was in your back pocket, huh? I said Wade Boggs.
Well, Brian Busher will lead off the 5th for the Twins.
You know, if you said
to left center field,
and you said Ted Williams, I would believe you. Well, where'd you come up with Dom DiMaggio?
I don't know. Maybe I read that someplace and it just stuck in my brain.
Sure.
One quick out here in the 5th inning, and that'll bring up Mike Redmond. I mean, Don DiMaggio was a great player. He was overshadowed by his brother and by Ted Williams, of course, the Hall of Famer. And Ted, up until his dying day, thought that Don DiMaggio should join his brother in the Hall of Fame. Here's Redmond, a bouncer to short, his first time up. Down low, ball 1. Redmond with Mauer playing just about every day. Hasn't played maybe as much as some people thought he would when Mauer first joined the club in May. 2-0. And for a while, of course, the Twins had 3 catchers. Jose Morales was with the Twins. Ron Gardenhire is going to fight the urge to get Mauer off the bench later in this game. If there's a key pinch hitting spot, of course, he'll be used. I think the feeling is Joe could use a day off, not because he isn't performing. Obviously he is. It's just physically 20 games in 20 days is a lot to expect anybody to play.
And we all know that Mike Redmond, a great backup catcher to Joe Mauer, and he keeps himself ready. A lot of extra batting practice, whatever it takes for these at-bats.
Swing and a foul, 2-2.
And he'd been showing that fastball all game long. I said in my scouting report, a guy that wants to show the Red Sox that his arm is healthy. Last year with the Dodgers, 6 wins, 9 losses. He was the opening day starter for the Dodgers and spent 3 different stints on a disabled list with that right shoulder problem. But it looks like his fastball is back.
3-2. So far this year, the Twins have gotten better, statistically better starting pitching than the Red Sox. And the Red Sox, in a month or so, are expecting to get John Smoltz into their rotation. See Delman Young in the on-deck circle. 3-2 to Redmond. Driven to right, hit pretty well. Baldelli back, can't make the play. Redmond around first, and he goes into second with a double with 1 out here in the 5th.
Well, he got a high fastball from his former battery mate, Brad Penny. Mike Redmond caught Penny a lot when they were together in Florida from 2000 to 2004. Baldelli went back on it. The ball getting back, you can see the ball carry, how it spins on that tarp. But Redmond in with a double, his 3rd double of the year. And Twins get their 3rd hit of the ball game.
They left Tolbert in scoring position in the 4th. Would like to get Redmond around. Here's Delman Young. Fastball down the middle, a strike.
Well, Delman missing over a week. You know, it's going to take him a little while. Yesterday, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Struck out in his first at bat here in the 3rd inning.
After a high fastball and misses, 0-2. Penny's had a couple of 1-2-3 innings, but Dyer with a home run in the 2nd. Tolbert the leadoff single, the stolen base in the 4th. Now the Twins trying to take advantage of the Redmond double.
You almost have to go back another fastball right here because Delman Young has been late on that fastball, as he is right there. So Delman striking out for the 2nd time, and Penny picking up strikeout number 6. When you see a guy up there that's tardy on that fastball, why throw an off-speed pitch? Because you speed up his bat. And it's exactly what Varitek wanted, a good fastball out over the plate. You can see Delman still a little slow on that fastball.
And now Punto trying to keep the inning going for the Twins. A game like last night is nice. You get a big grand slam, a couple of solo home runs, but when the Twins lineup is clicking, they'll get 2-out hits in a situation like this. They didn't get one in the 4th. Whatever Twins baseball is, it's less reliant on home runs, even though they've come in bunches. The Twins a year ago had a very good lineup because they would get hits in situations like this. And not really manufacturing a run, but just getting a good clutch hit here or there. So far, the only run for the Twins on a Cuddyer home run. 1-1 to Punto. And down the middle of strike 1-2.
You can see again nothing but fastballs from Brad Penny. When you're given a 4-run lead early in a ball game, you want to stay with what's working for you. And Penny, definitely that fastball is his best pitch. Yeah, he'll mix in a curveball once in a while, mix in a little cutter, but he'll get that fastball in the low 90s. And pretty good control here this afternoon, hitting his spots.
And Punto turns on a fastball and fouls it straight back. 10-0. The Yankees have a mid-inning lead over the Rangers. 7-0. Detroit has a mid-inning lead on the Royals.
Yeah, that was Gil Mesh starting for Kansas City. They have really been struggling.
Alex Rodriguez 4 for 4 in his first game back in Texas after the steroids revelation. Apparently not feeling too much pressure to perform this time when he's in Texas. 2-2 to Punto. If Punto can extend the inning, Gomez would have a chance here in the 5th. Foul back. One thing that to keep in mind, not just today but throughout this 4-game series, where the Twins are coming off sweeps here at home against the Brewers, and before that the Tigers. Those two teams had some bullpen issues. At least in the Twins series they had bullpen issues. You would not expect that from this Red Sox team. The Red Sox have a very good bullpen.
Yeah, number 1 in the American League, combined ERA 2.98. So Jonathan Papelbon, their closer.
So as we work our way through the middle innings, keep that in mind. The Twins. There's Punto with a soft liner, bobbled briefly by Pedroia. But Penny finally gave Punto a curveball, and he hit it on one hop to the second baseman. Redmond left at second. It's still 5-1.
Fan for you.
We got them outnumbered 2-1.
Right from the jungle.
Our game reset. The Twins got the first run of the game, but then the Red Sox with a 3-run third, a 2-run fourth, knocking out Francisco Liriano. And now R.A. Dickey will try to do here today what he did in his last relief outing, which is, well, I guess
making him leave. Gonna go up and have a banana somewhere. Yeah, the Red Sox in that third inning put 5 hits together to score 3 runs. after 2 very good innings by Liriano in the first couple.
That hits the outside corner. Looked to be the knuckleball, and it clipped the corner for strike 1. So Dickey here in the 6th inning gets ahead with his first knuckleball. High chopper to second. Tolbert with a head high hop. Ellsbury retired. 1 away. If you're traveling and can't watch the Twins on WFTC, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. The ultimate baseball experience featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer. And you can catch those you missed on demand. For more details, visit twinsbaseball.com, where baseball is always on. 1 away in the 6th. Here's Pedroia with 3 singles. Pedroia with 3 singles. Lowell with 3 singles. Youkilis a couple of doubles. The top and middle of the Boston lineup's done an awful lot of damage. The first 5 hitters have 11 hits. And that floats over for a strike. 1-1.
Yeah, this guy Pedroia has really done a great job, not only what he's been able to do offensively, but also defensively. Won a Rawlings Gold Glove last year as first, along with that MVP, the All-Star game.
Gomez dives and makes a great catch in center field.
Well, we saw Gomez earlier in the ballgame go deep in center field to catch the line drive. Almost home run off the bat of Jason Varitek to end the 3rd inning. And he got a very good jump right here. That ball slicing away from him and able to catch that ball as it slides and hits the turf. And R.A. Dickey says thank you very much, Carlos Gomez.
Took a great play by Gomez to keep Pedroia from his 4th hit. To keep him away from revolving doors, and he'll be just fine. 1-0 to Youkilis. And now 2-0. With Jason Bay on deck. Those revolving doors can be tricky. You know, Gomez having to take some stitches today with a little incident with the revolving door. Down the middle of strike. I didn't like revolving doors. It took me a long time to figure them out. I grew up in such a small town, we didn't have revolving doors.
Always went the wrong way?
Well, I just could never figure out when to get off the stupid thing. You know, it's like a carnival ride. Just keep going around and around and around. You got to time it just right if you're not used to it. Line drive for the 3rd out of the inning, and a good inning for R.A. Dickey thanks to Carlos Gomez.
How small is your town? scratch-off tickets. And don't forget, Twin fans, bring your Circle Me signs, and you might find yourself in the Minnesota Lottery Winner's Circle, where you will win 100 lottery scratch-off tickets, courtesy of the Minnesota Lottery. Congratulations.
Not seen a hat like that before. That was a unique hat that gentleman was wearing. And now he won't have to wear it anymore because you circled him. Here's Carlos Gomez leading off the 6th against Brad Penny. How many times you see it? A guy makes a great catch for the second out of an inning, and he leads off the next inning. Gomez, Tolbert, and Morneau. And now down and away, 1-1.
Well, Penny doing a better job than the first time through the lineup. He was just getting strike one on 3 of the first 9 batters, but since the 3rd inning, he's been able to get 8 of the first pitch strikes to the next 9 batters. And he got ahead of Gomez right here, 1-0. Now falls behind, 2-1. Penny making his 254th major league start, his 9th start of the year, looking for career win number 99 in his career, 30 years old.
Gomez to the corner. Foul by about 5 feet. 2-2. Gomez hit leadoff in the ball game last night, and leadoff today again in the absence of Denard Span, who hopes to be ready to go tomorrow. Span, by the way, said he felt a lot better today, but still a little woozy. And Ron Gardenhire said, I can't put him in the lineup with a guy throwing 95 miles per hour when he's still feeling a little unstable. So at least for one more day, Span will sit. 2-2 to Gomez. And a foul back. Another 2-2 to Carlos Gomez. 3-2. Mentioned that Penny wants to prove that he's healthy and can be effective, with John Smoltz expected to come back sometime next month. Somebody figures to be on the outside looking in, whether it's Daisuke Matsusaka, who's going to start here after being on the disabled list. You know, Beckett and Lester are going to stay in the rotation, and Wakefield. Full count to Gomez. To right center field and down for a hit. Gomez rounds first. He's on his way to second. And he's in with a leadoff double. Good at bat for Gomez. Now the ball rolls free. Gomez trying for third, and he is safe. Penny unable to field the throw. A great play by Youkilis in front of the Twins dugout to keep that ball from rolling in. And Gomez, nevertheless, will end up at third.
Gomez credited with a double, his 5th double of the year, taking that fastball the other way. The throw from Baldelli coming back to the infield. And that little short hop right there, you can see nobody there. And Gomez hustling. Penny right there, the pitcher, the ball just out of his reach, so Gomez able to slide into third safely. An error will be charged to Baldelli out and right.
And Gomez will stay at third base for a while. Please join Major League Baseball as we pause for the national moment of remembrance to honor America's fallen. This is an act of national unity to connect us all as one nation, one people.
On this day, for one brief moment, hear the silence fill the air. Think of those who walked beside us, now no longer there. Make us humble, make us knowing, and accepting what is done on this day.
a hearty round of applause from the crowd here at the Metrodome. A nice moment for Major League Baseball as we all honor those who have served in our military and were fallen, and their families who have lived on knowing that someone in their family made the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, not only the military, the police, the firemen, everybody that dedicate their life to helping others. And our prayers are with everybody and the family members.
Back to the business at hand. The Twins get a runner at third base leading off the 6th inning, and Matt Tolbert, who singled and stole second, will stand in. Red Sox leading by 4, so they've got the infield back here. Tolbert with a swing and a foul, 1 strike.
Tolbert a base hit up the middle in his last at bat. Like to pick up his 9th RBI right here. Just get the ball by the pitcher on the ground. Twins would like to get him on first.
Haven't strung anything together yet against Penny. When they have gotten a hit, and they haven't taken a walk yet, Penny has always gotten the next couple batters at least. On that last play, a double for Gomez and a tough error on Baldelli. Baldelli threw it right to the cutoff man Pedroia, who backed away from the throw. I mean, I'm not sure what Baldelli was supposed to do. Pedroia was set up there, and it looked like he threw it to him right at chest level, and Pedroia backed away from the throw and it rolled all the way through the infield.
Well, and Lugo, who was there to cover second base, kind of stood at second either. He didn't really go after the throw, and like you mentioned, a great play by Kevin Youkilis keeping that ball on the playing surface. That ball goes in the dugout.
I think Gomez scores, right?
Yep.
So for the time being, Gomez still at third, and if Youkilis had backed up a tremendous hustling play with a throw that Penny could have handled, Gomez might have been thrown out trying to advance to third. Now look at this. He's throwing the ball right to the cutoff man, just like you're taught to do.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe Lugo yelled at him or something. But he let that ball go, thinking maybe there's a play at second base.
And Tolbert fouls it back. I'm sure it's a play that'll be discussed in the Boston dugout. And it could be a big play yet here today. But if it's a 1-run ball game, some miscommunication there somehow. And Baldelli gets stuck with an error when he threw it to the cutoff man. 2-2 to Tolbert, having a long battle here with Penny, and Penny, to his credit, has won these here today. Had a long at bat with Kubel, struck him out. Ramon Ramirez warming up in the Boston pen with his microscopic ERA. Foul tip, and Varitek hangs on for the first out of the inning.
And Penny picks up his 7th strikeout. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins.
Or as it says on the screen there, Minnesota Twins LLC. Here's Morneau, 0 for 2 with a couple of outfield flies. Lace to left center field. Won't be caught. And again, he jumps on the first pitch, this time cracking a double. And Gomez comes in from third.
Well, 13th double on the year for Justin Morneau, jumping on that high fastball, picking up his 41st RBI. And Gomez scoring the 2nd run of the game for the Twins. Ball bouncing out for a ground rule double.
Twins now with 5 hits, only 1 has been pulled. That's Kadyr's home run. Tolbert with a single up the middle. The 3 doubles here in the last couple innings have all been hit to the opposite field. And Buscher's line drive that started the 5th was a liner to left.
John Farrell, the pitching coach, out to talk to his right-hander.
Gomez, who started the inning with an opposite field double, scoring the 2nd Twins run on a Morneau opposite field double. And here comes Kubel. Lifted a fly to left and struck out in the fourth. Curve. Up and away, ball one.
Have not really seen the consistency of a good breaking ball from Penny. It's basically fastball, a four-seamer, and a two-seam fastball, and then occasional changeup.
And maybe because of that, he just hasn't thrown many. 1 or 2 per inning, it seems like, and that's been about it. 1-1.
He has that little cutter too, but mainly you can see him grip that four-seam, or excuse me, the two-seam right there. Big, strong kid, Brad Penny.
The league has hit over 300 against him. Twins with just 5 hits and 5 1/3 innings so far. Up the middle and through for a base hit. Morneau around third. He's going to score the third Twins run, and Kubel spanks one sharply up the middle, and it's 5-3.
Well, it's taken a while for the Twins to maybe catch up to that fastball as Penny's pitch count starts to mount. There'll be a pitching change here. Good hitting right there on Jason Kubel. He gets a base hit RBI on his 27th birthday, and it's a 5-3 ball game.
As well as the league has hit against Penny, they haven't got many hits against Ramirez, and he'll come up next out of the Boston pen. And Ramon Ramirez comes out of the Boston pen.
Ramirez, outstanding number, 0.79 ERA, making his 22nd relief appearance, the most used out of that bullpen of Boston's. Only 11 hits allowed in 22 2/3 innings, 7 walks, 13 strikeouts. Ramirez with a good fastball, hard curveball, split finger. And that split finger right there, Veritek does a good job of blocking it, keeping Kubel at first base.
Kubel's knee still not 100%. This ball would really have had to bounce away, I would think, for him to advance a base.
So the camouflage, and the ball still found it.
1-0 to Kadire. Struck out in his only at bat against Ramirez a year ago when Ramirez was with the Royals. Over for a strike.
Yeah, pretty good pickup early for Boston. They got a good right-handed reliever to fill a very good bullpen. And Ramirez coming over from Kansas City in a Coco Crisp trade. Originally signed as an outfielder by the Texas Rangers, converted into a pitcher.
1-1 to Kadire. That one again blocked by Varitek, and Kubel can't advance. So a couple of big blocks in this at bat by the veteran Boston catcher.
Well, you have to give up something to get something, and to get Coco Crisp, they got a guy last year had a great year with Kansas City. 71 relief appearances, 2.64 ERA out of that Royal bullpen.
2-1 to Kadire. And he drops that off-speed pitch over for a strike. Well, if it's a cutter.
Oh, I think that was that split finger.
It might have been.
Because it kind of came back into Kadire.
2-2. Twins with just one out in the inning. They've already scored twice. And Kadire obviously representing the tying run. Very high. So in this plate appearance, Ramirez has thrown 2 pitches in the dirt and then nearly thrown one to the backstop. Busher on deck. Bouncer to third. Youkilis fires to second. And Kadire beats the relay.
Well, nice play right there by Youkilis because he charged that ball. He didn't want to get caught with that one hopper right in front of him and maybe knock it down. It's a quick reaction right here. Watch this little short hop. And getting it on that short hop, getting the force out at second. No play, no chance to get Kadire.
A couple of nice plays by Youkilis here in this ball game, keeping in mind, of course, he's normally playing in the other corner infield spot. So Kadire aboard, and now Busher will hit, is 0 for 2. Busher again playing at third base for the injured Joe Creedy, who hopes to join the lineup again tomorrow night.
Ramirez, 27 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Busher with 1 home run on the year, and that came here in early May against the Seattle Mariners. A 3-run home run off of Miguel Batista.
Red Sox made their deal. Crisp to Kansas City for Ramirez out of a perceived strength. They had a congested outfield with Ellsbury and Crisp kind of alternating out in center field. I don't know that their bullpen was a perceived weakness, but they got a very good reliever, and it's made it maybe the best bullpen in the league. Straight up. Varitek can't find it, and it doesn't matter, I don't think. It's out of play. Here's the veteran Varitek, who's caught some games in here every year for what, 15 years? And he was absolutely helpless on that foul pop.
Well, you have to look at somebody, either your pitcher or your third baseman, as Youkilis, that came in, and they can kind of redirect your attention to where that ball went, but it hooked foul.
On strike to Busher. Bounce right side. Great pick off by Bailey, and he'll end the inning. Close the hole in a hurry, and the Twins will settle for the 2 in the 6th to cut the Boston lead in half.
thanks to Michael Kadyr's solo home run in the second inning. But the Boston Red Sox strung a lot of hits together off of Francisco Liriano in the third and the fourth inning. 3 runs scored in the third inning, highlighted by the 2-run single by Jason Bay and the 2-run double by Youkilis in the fourth inning. What's Wayne Hathaway doing in the stands? You know, he's always surrounded around beautiful women.
I noticed that too. Yep. Wayne Hathaway, the Twins' vice president of team morale. To center field, and Gomez retreats. Bay is retired. 1 down, and that'll bring up Mike Lowell. Well, R.A. Dickey's done what he was asked to do here. He had some I don't know, bumps in the road in the 5th inning. Leadoff single, a hit batter. Pitched around that, had a 1-2-3 6th, and now gets a quick out here in the 7th.
Well, he did the same thing. Remember in New York, the Twins were down by 3 or 4 runs. He came in, you know, kept the club in the game. The Twins ended up losing the ball game to the Yankees 7-6, but 4 1/3 of very good innings. And someone that R.A. Dickey has talked to before about the knuckleball, Tim Wakefield right there.
He said he's talked with Tim Wakefield and communicates with him, exchanges emails, texts, whatever. But Dickey said the slower knuckleball really didn't fit his personality. It's interesting how he described it. You know, in talking with Phil Niekro and Charlie Huff, they all threw the ball slower. But he says the fast knuckleball fits his personality better, whatever that means. Down low, 2-2.
Well, I think probably because of his windup, because he has a very quick windup, where Wakefield or Charlie Huff and Phil Niekro, they had a very deliberate, you know, slower windup, and then just let that knuckleball kind of float in there, where Dickey's a little more aggressive on the mound with his delivery.
Now, they're the only 2 in baseball who feature the knuckleball as their primary pitch. There's, don't you suppose, a secret handshake that they exchange? And
yeah, they just knuckles.
An exclusive
each other.
Inside, 3-2. Yeah, that might be the first fist bump. Maybe that was where it started, between 2 knuckleball pitchers. Full count to Lowell, who's got 3 singles already on the night. And a little roller to short. And that time it looked like he took a little off the knuckleball. And he gets Lowell in a weak ground ball, 2 down.
Well, pitchers, a lot of times, if you have a fastball, you'll take a little off. You see Kevin Slowey do it on a 3-2 pitch right there with a knuckleball. Just kind of like, get me over, and hopefully Lowell will take it and hit it in the ground somewhere. Still had a little sink. Lowell a little out front, and he creates that 6-3 putout.
A leadoff single, and that's been it in terms of base hits for the Red Sox, who racked up 11 of them against Liriano. Tapper foul off the bat of Baldelli. Baldelli with a double in the second, and then Liriano got him twice, or Liriano got him once. Dickey got him on a fly ball in the 5th. 1-1. Only lefty in the Boston bullpen. Hideki Okajima warming up. The ground ball charged by Busher. Bare hands, fires off line. And Baldelli is safe at first, and that ball didn't come too far from hitting him. They'll give Baldelli a base hit, with Busher barehanding it, but then throwing off target.
Well, tough play right there. We see third basemen come in, and you know the only chance is to barehand it. And then sometimes that ball gets deep into your palm, and right there, that ball thrown up the line a little bit, on the infield side. And Justin, with the runner coming right there, the ball gets by him. So Baldelli gets an infield base hit, his second hit of the ball game.
Varitek is 0 for 3, hit a screaming liner to the center field fence in his 3rd inning at bat, caught by Gomez just as he crashed into the fence. Gomez has gone back to make a great play this afternoon, and he's come in to make an even greater play. Right. Twins have never had a designated captain. And it's a ceremonial thing at best in baseball, isn't it? Varitek, the captain of the Red Sox. Derek Jeter, the captain of the Yankees.
Not too many clubs have that. Really, there's no need for it. I mean, you lead by example. I mean, Kirby Puckett, you could almost call him the captain, but then we had Kent Herbeck and Gaetti and, in the 87 ball club and the 91, probably Puck again or Herbeck or, maybe a pitcher can't really be a captain. It's got to be somebody out there that plays every day, an everyday player.
Easier play for Busher. Could have a captain call your coin flips, but now we don't have coin flips anymore.
Captain Kangaroo. Captain and Tennille.
Starting for the Twins.
Yeah, 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings for Francisco Liriano. Boy, was he hitting his spots, especially with that slider, but he got ahead very nicely with the fastball. In the 3rd inning, started to get the ball up a little bit, and you can see all the locations of the fastball right there. Boston saying, you know what, he hasn't shown me anything that off-speed that much. Everything's been hard. He got the ball up and got beat around in the 3rd and 4th inning.
Just in that sequence there, it looked like all the hits, all the damage done by the Red Sox against the fastball.
Yep.
And it's almost like the attitude was, look, we're not going to hit the slider anyway. Let's jump on the first good fastball we see.
Yeah, why would you? I mean, Liriano had 7 strikeouts, no walks. He did attack the strike zone, but then as, the pitch count started to mount, the fastball started to flatten out a little bit.
Baldelli ran to first, and he kind of glided into first awkwardly on the throw from Busher. And I wondered at the time, he's had a long history of hamstring issues, and you hope that nothing happened. And he was joined down the right field line by Terry Francona and the Boston trainer, but he's going to stay in the game.
Yeah, Baldelli's one of those stories that, when he first came up, I mean, he was a 5-tool player. And just injuries, knee problems, back problems. There's been a lot of history of Baldelli where actually, I think he has spent more time on a disabled list than he has the active list in his career. And it's not to his doing. I mean, just injuries. Injuries have just hurt him over his 7-year Major League career.
Bottom third of the Twins lineup here in the bottom of the 7th, starting with Mike Redmond, who doubled off the fence in right in the 5th. Redmond, Young, and Punto facing Ramirez. Ramirez got the last 2 outs and a couple of ground balls of the 6th. And he delivers down and away, ball 1. What an impressive collection of numbers for Ramirez. I mentioned the league hitting over 300 against Penny. Ramirez allowing a 149 batting average, to the league so far. 1 home run allowed, only 7 walks in 22 2/3 innings, and one of those was intentional. And there is strike 2. We got a question, who do we like in the American League East? And I picked Boston for that reason. You look at what the Yankees threw out there in situations like this, and what the Red Sox threw out there, and boy, a huge edge has to go to the Boston Red Sox in terms of their relief corps.
Again, combined 2.98. That's the best in the American League. 13 saves out of that bullpen, 7 and 5 overall.
Okajima might be next. The league hitting 179 against him.
Well, Ramirez at 5'11", 190 pounds, but what he does so well is the way he gets to that balance point and then explodes toward home plate.
Manny Del Carmen with an ERA of 0.86. 2-2 to Redmond, and up a little bit, a full count.
I mean, this is, you teach pitching. You teach about the balance point first. Get to your balance point and then explode. Utilize that right leg to drive. And that's exactly what he does right there. Good follow through.
Full count to Redmond, leading off the Twins' 7th. Popped up right side. Pedroia out. Baldelli in. Pedroia calls for it, makes the catch, 1 away.
Even that fastball right there, you saw him. I mean, he just basically said, here it is. And he's maybe going away, but he put something on it, and Red got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
And now Delman Young. With a couple of strikeouts, facing almost exclusively fastballs from Brad Penny. Ball 1. Swing and a miss again on the fastball.
You know what I like about Ramirez is the way that he approaches that pitching rubber. His hips are almost faced toward between the home plate and third base bag. So when he takes that sign, now watch him step. He'll step a little bit to the side, and there he is, right into that balance point. A lot of pitchers will step straight back, and now their hips have to really rotate to get to that balance point, where he's already committed in his hips to open up quickly, because all he has to do is step off to the side. And there he is right there, and now explode. And Delman Young strikes out for the 3rd time.
2 down, Nick Punto to the plate. Tonight after the game, Michael Kadire will host another edition of Baseball Unplugged at Moose Country in Lilydale. Baseball Unplugged will begin at 7 and features Brian Busher and Nick Punto, an evening of baseball fun. And it's tonight, 7 o'clock at Moose Country in Lilydale.
You know where Lilydale is?
It's
I mean, near the Twin Cities.
Well, it's a suburb of. I don't even want to call it a suburb. It's real close by here. I'll tell you exactly where it is here. Strike 1 to Punto, who has hit 2.
Suburb of St. Paul, we were told.
2 ground balls to Dustin Pedroia.
I wonder if they have a moose hanging somewhere.
I don't know. See, like Moose Lake, it's conceivable there's been a moose or two that's come around Moose Lake.
Yeah, we saw Moose Scourin in Chicago.
That's right.
I wonder if he has ever been to Moose Country.
Lilydale down not too far from the airport.
Which airport?
The one we fly in and out of all the time.
There's a lot of airports around.
Yeah. Pretty much straight south of downtown St. Paul.
Okay.
1-2 to Punto, and now 2-2.
It's near that ABC liquor store then.
There you are, trying to get a free plug in there again.
That's only 5 minutes from the airport. It's awesome.
Foul back to the screen. 2-2. Well, Ramirez cleaned up the 6th inning, now trying to get through the 7th. With Span and Mauer on the bench, Twins don't have the cluster of left-handed hitters in the top of the order that they normally have. But Okajima warming up might succeed in keeping maybe not Span or at least Mauer on the bench with a left-hander ready to come in at a moment's notice. Another full count here, 3-2 to Punto with Gomez on deck. That's to left, hanging in the air for Bay. 5 up, 5 down for the very impressive Ramirez, and we go to the 8th in a 2-run game. To you by Dairy Queen, featuring the Blizzard of the Month, Raspberry Truffle. Who was that dark-bearded, handsome man?
I have no idea. That man's all gray now.
Well, R.A. Dickey has done a nice job here with 3 innings of relief. He's given up a couple of hits, but no runs after the Red Sox kind of cuffed around Francisco Liriano. That's deep to left. And Bailey has 3 home runs on the season, and 2 of them against the Twins.
Well, Dickey tried to sneak a fastball by him, but Bailey said no. Fell behind 1-0, tried to sneak that fastball in, and Bailey clobbering it into the left field bleachers. And as soon as R.A. Dickey let this ball go, he already was looking for a new ball. He knew, and Bailey knew. And it's a 6-3 ball game.
Julio Lugo takes down and in a ball. Bailey hit that big 3-run home run against Liriano in Boston. Now a big one here, which pushes the Boston lead back to 3. One and 1 to Lugo.
Yeah, that home run allowed by Dickey, his first since the end of April. Only the 4th allowed on the year for R.A. Dickey.
That's hit to left, but Young retreats. Makes the catch, 1 away. And that'll bring up Ellsbury. Luis Ayala warming up. Up and in. Red Sox on a pretty good little roll here, coming off a successful homestand. But now this challenging road trip that has them play 4 games here, 3 games against Toronto, and then 3 games in Detroit. We talked about how the Twins have won 6 straight at home against teams that were in first place in their division. This one flipped out toward Delman Young. Now the Red Sox have 10 games on the road against some pretty good teams. Wednesday nights are all about the hot dogs. Again in 2009, come out Wednesday night for Hormel $1 a Dog Night, presented by Country Hearth. Hormel dogs for $1 a piece while supplies last. And then, of course, this a reminder, limit 2 per customer. Get your tickets for the Twins and Red Sox Wednesday night. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com.
Yeah, I don't think those 2 little girls can eat 2.
Kevin Slowey against Daisuke Matsuzaka.
So that means Mom and Dad get 1 more, so they get 3.
And again, it's the letter of the law that you know, if you want to disregard it, that
it's a law, isn't it?
You know, I think the intent is to not have the privilege abused so that someone would eat 5 or 6 hot dogs. And if you find enough people who only want 1, then you can use their second one, I suppose. But I don't know that that's following the letter of the law.
It's first come, first serve.
3-0 to Pedroia. Three and 1. And he throws the knuckler over for a strike. Chopper to short. Punto to his left. Throws out Pedroia. A leadoff home run by Bailey, and the Red Sox now lead by 3. And the Twins get their second look this year at Hideki Okajima.
Oh, Okajima, very good numbers, as a lot of the relievers do for the Boston Red Sox. 2.84 ERA, making his 21st relief appearance, 19 innings pitched, 9 walks, 22 strikeouts. Okajima in his 3rd season with the Boston Red Sox. Pitched 12 years in Japan before signing as a free agent by the Red Sox in the winter of 2006.
And he's the 8th inning guy. Righty, lefty, doesn't matter. It's a right-handed batter, Gomez, and a switch hitter, Tolbert, and then Morneau here in the 8th. An unusual delivery and a straight overhand delivery.
And a very quick neck.
Not sure how that. You were just complimenting Ramirez on his quick hips. Now this guy's got a quick neck.
This guy's got a quick neck.
He may wear it out when his baseball career is over with. 2 strikes to Gomez, who's made 2 very nice catches and also started a rally in the 6th with a leadoff double.
Well, we talked about hitters. You know, it's hard to teach somebody a certain way when Youkilis moves his hands up there. Not too many guys do that, or like Ichiro, or pitchers that, like Okajima, that after he lets that ball go, drops his head and then looks back up as quick as possible. You know, always when you talk about a pitcher, you always say concentrate on the glove, throw the ball through the glove. Well, he concentrates right here, but then drops the head as that arm comes whipping through. So give you a good idea right here how that head just kind of comes through. And I mean, he's visualized the pitch because he has to, because he can't see it hit the glove. For a split second, he sees exactly where he throws, and then the head follows the arm.
Pitched an inning in Boston in April, and that pitch in the dirt. Well, the league having a tough time hitting him again this year, but he has issued 9 walks in 19 innings. Just a dozen hits, so the league hitting 179 against him, but at times his control has gotten the best of him. He's given up some runs.
Well, he's got a fastball. He's got some movement on that fastball, a curveball, and then the screwball. And that's nothing more than a fastball they just try to turn over as a changeup.
1-2 to Gomez. And now 2-2.
That's the fastball right there, missing inside.
Gomez has had he's been a factor in this game defensively with the 2 nice catches, and a good at bat, and an opposite field double in the 6th. Hoping to somehow find a way to get on base, leading off the 8th. And another 2-strike foul. He's gone back to make a good catch and come in to make a better one.
Yeah, to end the 3rd inning against Jason Varitek. Against the wall, makes that 3rd out catch, and then off of Dustin Pedroia. A very nice catch in the 6th inning. So he went back for a nice catch, came in for a nice catch.
Trying to follow up his double after a lengthy at bat in the 6th. Another good at bat here in the 8th. A high fly to left. Bay makes the catch. Just got under it a little bit. 1 away.
Yeah, he got good wood on that pitch right there. The ball was just a little bit on the inner half of the plate, and it just got underneath it.
So the Boston bullpen with 2 innings of hitless, scoreless relief. Here's Tolbert. Tolbert with a single in 3 trips. Fastball on the outside corner.
Yeah, Tolbert showing bunt right there. He'd like to try to find a way to get on base.
He's not pitching for a few days, so Tim Wakefield doing a little research on the Minnesota Twins in the media guide. He might be up to Carlos Gomez's page now. Somebody better tell him Matt Tolbert is aboard or on base. Half swing. 1-1. Tolbert's never faced Okajima. Little pop up deep short. Lugo out. Bay in. Lugo with the catch, out number 2.
That might have been the screwball right there, kind of an off-speed pitch. That's what he uses for his changeup. And Tolbert way out front and created that pop-up.
So importantly for the Red Sox, Morneau comes up with the bases empty.
See the ball, I mean, it's down, it's got a little spin on it, and Tolbert a little out front. 2 outs here for Justin.
Morneau with an opposite field double his last time up, driving in a run. Later scored a run. He's 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts in his matchups against Okajima. And a breaking ball gets a swinging strike. Fastball gets a swinging strike 2.
Well, both those pitches, perfect spots. Breaking ball, outer half of the plate. Good fastball, outer half of the plate. Watch Veritek as he moves way outside. And
called him out.
Wow, Justin doesn't like it. I don't blame him. But Okajima hit the glove.
Twins go down 1-2-3. The Twins getting 4 really good starts in advance of this game, and the Red Sox knocked out Francisco Liriano early.
Yeah, Liriano again, first 2 innings were really good, 5 strikeouts. The first 9 batters he faced, but then he had trouble the second time around as Boston scored 5 runs in the 3rd and 4th inning. Luis Ayala asked to get the Red Sox out here in the 9th. Good job by R.A. Dickey, 4 innings. Only allowed 1 run on 3 hits. So 1 run, the Jeff Bailey home run last inning.
Youkilis, Bay, and Lowell facing Ayala. Ayala, foul tip, quickly gets ahead 0-2. Yankees beat the Rangers 11-1. Baltimore over Toronto 4-1. The Jays continue their slide. And the Tigers are leading the Royals 9-1 in the 9th inning of that game. Right on the outside corner, and Ayala.
Well, he almost has to give him that call after the call to Justin Morneau. Very lane behind the plate. If he hit the glove, let's see if Redmond jumps in that on-deck circle right there. Said thank you very much. Youkilis just walks away.
Youkilis was such a good eye at the plate. He didn't argue, but I'm sure he didn't need to have the center field camera to see that pitch was about 6 inches outside. 1 strike to Jason Bay. Crack to left. This guy's a good hitter. He got his second hit. A sharp single to left here in the ninth.
Well, let's take a look at an overhead of those strikes that we saw Justin Morneau to end the inning. You see Varitek sitting outside, and that ball, just a little bit outside. And here's Kevin Youkilis. That's a little further outside. God, I love those umpires.
Somebody's got a grill going right now, and Jerry Lane's invited. Lowell takes inside, ball 1. Lowell hits his first 3 times up. Bay with 4 steals and 5 tries, and the Red Sox leading by 3. Papelbon is warming, but in reality I think he's warmed up. If they score again, it won't be a save opportunity, and they'll probably shut Papelbon down. But now Lowell dumps a hit down the right field line, his 4th hit of the ballgame. Bay. Ooh, Lowell just got back to the bag with Kadire throwing to Morneau. First and third, 1 away, with Bay advancing to third on the Lowell single.
Yeah, we've seen this from Kadire before. You know, that runner will round the bag as Lowell come out of the ball game. Nick Green will pinch run for him, but Kadire has no chance at third, so he just throws behind and the runner, and Lowell getting back safely. So Lowell, very good day at the plate, 4 for 5.
Baldelli is pinch hit for here by Drew. And we don't know whether this is a righty-lefty move for Terry Francona or whether Baldelli is lifted for physical reasons. Remember, there was some talk or discussion with him as he took his position in the field a couple innings ago.
Well, Ayala, when he's on, he'll get that sinker ball. He needs a ground ball right here. Maybe Twins looking for a double play. Drew was hit into 3 double plays this year. 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter. And a couple throws over to first base to keep Nick Green close.
And that's going to be the end of the outing for Ayala with the left-hander announced. And the Twins warming up. Sean Henn down in the bullpen. Ayala faces 3 men. Retires just the first man, and the Red Sox are threatening in the ninth. pitch outside, striking out Youkilis. Then the next two guys got base hits.
I just left the ball up. Again, a sinker ball, or you leave the ball up, you're going to get hit. Sean Henn coming out of the bullpen, making his third appearance since being called up from Rochester on May 18th.
And he'll face Drew with runners at first and third and one away. And strike one. A challenge for Henn. A, throw strikes, and then B, get these guys out. If he can get left-handed hitters out when the time comes, he stands a pretty good chance of staying with the ball club, I would think. Fly ball short right field. Kadire comes in, and Bay is playing it halfway. So Henn gets the veteran left-handed hitter J.D. Drew for round number two.
Well, again, he got ahead, strike one with a fastball, then threw the breaking ball, and Drew getting underneath it. So good pitch right there by Henn, getting Drew to pop up to Kadire.
And Henn will be asked now to get the switch hitting Varitek out. We've told you before, Varitek statistically a much more dangerous hitter from this side. Jesse Crain warming up in the Twins bullpen, but Henn will try his luck against Varitek. At some point, Glenn Perkins will come off the disabled list. Twins hope it'll be in about a week. Just outside a ball. And then it'll be decision time. Twins, in all likelihood, won't go to a 13th pitcher, so they'll have 12 pitchers, but if they are going to make room for Perkins, someone has to go. Henn was added to the team when Perkins was put on the disabled list. He throws an off-speed pitch over for a strike.
Yeah, good change up right there.
Anthony Swarzak filled in quite well, wouldn't you say, in Perkins' spot in the rotation?
Yeah, he'll get another shot at it. He'll be facing Josh Beckett here on Thursday afternoon.
For Henn, a couple of walks, one of them intentional in his 3 innings.
Yeah, he last pitched on Friday against the Brewers, an inning and 2/3 of shutout baseball. Twins won that game 11-3.
1-2 to Varitek. Green, the pinch runner for Lowell, chased back to the bag. Bay across the way at third. Bouncer to third, backhanded by Busher. Over to Morneau. Good job by Sean Henn. As the Red Sox get a couple of hits, leave 2 aboard, and Henn pitches 2/3 of spotless relief. worth of at-bats left, and Jonathan Papelbon on the mound.
Well, Papelbon looking for his 12th save of the year and 13 save opportunities. Very good 1.0 ERA. He's worked a total of 20 innings so far. Papelbon with 11 walks, very high for him, with 23 strikeouts.
He'll face the middle of the the Twins lineup with J.D. Drew taking over in right field. And Papelbon is lined up to face the three guys he retired for a save in Boston on April 22nd. Jason Kubel, Michael Kanier, and Brian Busher. Kubel and Busher fouled out to Youkilis at third, and Kanier hit a bouncer to second.
Well, Papelbon with a very good fastball. He has a tight slider, curveball, and a split finger. 28-year-old in his 5th season with the Boston Red Sox. 41 saves, a career high last year for the Red Sox.
Bench players technically available for Ron Gardenhire include right-handed batters Joe Creedy and Brendan Harris, and then Denard Span and Joe Mauer. And it's plausible that if the Twins get a runner or two aboard, that Mauer would be used, less so Span, who reported improvement, but his equilibrium still not quite 100%. So Kubel to get things started, then Kanier, and then we'll see. Kubel with an RBI single his last time up. And he takes a fastball and strike one. To right field and a base hit. Kubel has his second knock of the day, and the leadoff man is on.
Well, again, happy birthday, Jason Kubel. Picked up an RBI single in the 6th, and here starts the bottom of the 9th with a base hit.
And now comes Kanier. Kanier 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts in his career against Papelbon. You can see Busher in the on-deck circle. That might change if Kanier reaches. Of course, behind Busher is the catching spot, Redmond. At the knees, a strike. Kanier started the scoring with a long home run to left. Since then, a strikeout, and he reached on a fielder's choice. Out in front of the breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Kanier hitting in a tough spot, one of the best closers in the game, and he's up there 0-2.
Veritek sits way outside.
And there's the outside corner. And Veritek said, "You're going to call it on me? You better call it for the other guy."
That ball looked like it was a pretty good pitch right there. That ball looked like it came back a little bit. From my angle right here. Take another look at it right here. Veritek sits outside. And we'll do the overhead right here. Yeah, I thought it clipped the corner.
Here's Busher, who will hit. He does not represent the tying run. He'll try to get Redmond's spot and do up where he would represent the tying run. Ball one. Busher is 0 for 3. A strikeout, a line out to left, and then a ground ball to Bailey at first. Made a bid for a hit in the 6th inning. Bailey made a nice play going to his right. One and one.
Well, Bailey not holding on Jason Kubel at first base, but I think Terry Francona of Boston knows Kubel missed a couple of games because of the knee. You know, so he's just going to get a comfortable lead now.
crowd stirring because Mauer's come out onto the on-deck circle. A high fly to short center. A long run in for Ellsbury. He makes the catch out number 2. And that'll bring up Mauer, who will hit for Redmond. Fans, most of them have stayed here, and they'll give Joe a standing ovation for what he has done in 80 at-bats, 5 doubles, 10 home runs, 29 runs batted in, 24 runs scored, 16 walks against 11 strikeouts.
And he's 1 for 1 as a pinch hitter.
Hoping to keep the game alive for the Twins. Rarely will he get a day off at home, of course, but he needed one today. Kubel goes to second, and the pitch called a strike. Delman Young in the on-deck circle would represent the tying run. Mauer's job is to get him to the plate. I believe defensive indifference called,
yes,
allowing Kubel to go to second. One strike to Mauer. 1-1. It's been a Roy Hobbs type of month for Mauer. Whatever the Twins have needed, it seems like he's provided. Robert Duvall, the sports writer in the movie, said it's unbelievable. Whatever he wants to do, he can do. A double, a home run, he does it.
Yeah, that was a fantasy. This is reality right here. This guy has done it.
One and 2 to Mauer. A high drive to right center field. Robert Duvall was right.
Unbelievable. That's why you stay around till the end of the ball game. You don't know what you're going to see. Joe Mauer with his 11th home run of the year. Got a high fastball from Papelbon. And again, getting good wood on it. Minnesota loves Joe Mauer.
So now it's a 1-run game. And it's left to Delman Young. Ball 1.
Boy, is he on a streak right here. Joe Mauer, his 11th home run in the month of May. Only Harmon Killebrew has hit more home runs in 1 month.
1-0 to Young. A drive to right field. Retreating is Drew. And the Red Sox win the opener by 1 run. The Bailey home run, as it turned out, against R.A. Dickey, the deciding run in the 8th inning. Our Verizon player of the game, Kevin Youkilis, who made some nice plays at third and also kicked in a couple of doubles.